Excel is one of the most powerful tools in data analytics, but many beginners ignore it. They rush into SQL, Python, Power BI. Of course, these tools are good and they are important for data analytics too. So many beginners spend months trying to master SQL, Python, Power BI. But what they need is Excel skills and then being able to define the business problem. In this video, I'm going to explain why Excel is the most powerful tools in data analytics and how you can use it to land your entry-level role as a data analyst. In my early days as a data analyst, I started with Excel, after which I started Power BI, SQL, and Python. I was learning these skills all together because I thought that the more I master Python and SQL, the more I'll be employable as an entry level. I transitioned from psychology, which is a non-tech background, and as at the time I didn't have any experience in tech. So I felt like if I ignore Excel and I master SQL, Python, or I just know Excel a little, I'll be able to learn entry level roles. But I was wrong. Rather, I wasted my time. In my experiences, most entry level roles do not expect you to start using Python or SQL to actually do your analysis. The most thing they expect from you is to know how to use your spreadsheets very well. And most entry level roles, you will see that if you're being employed as a junior data analyst, and maybe in the organization you work in, maybe you have senior data analysts, trust me, most of your job will be cleaning data and preparing it for analysis. The real analysis and building of dashboards will not be done by you. In my experiences, some of the interviews, I will find myself not even answering any question around SQL or Python, but my questions, like the interview questions, will be hovering around how to use my spreadsheets very well, how to be able to define the business problem. So many people will ask you, what if I tell you now that I want to solve this problem? What will you do? And that is being able to define your business problem. But if you don't have an idea or if you don't have the ability to solve business problems, you will be stuck there. This is my personal experience. Other people's experiences might differ. But here is what I recommend. If you're breaking into data analytics, especially as someone without any tech background, here are the steps that you should take that can help you navigate the job market that everyone is saying that is saturated already, which is actually saturated. The first thing you need to do is to master your spreadsheet. Learn Excel very well or Google Sheet, whichever spreadsheet you decide to use, learn it very well. Know how to define business problem. Knowing how to define business problem is something like this. Anybody that is hiring you as a data analyst, be it a data analyst intern, junior data analyst role, any entry level role, the main reason why you're being hired is for you to solve a particular problem, either for the business, for the organization, be it healthcare, be it finance. They just need to solve a problem. That is the reason you are being hired. You're not being hired to just come and use Excel and the rest. There is a problem that they're facing, and that is the problem you'll be able to define, and that is when you can start your analysis. So all you need to do is know how to define your business problem. I'm emphasizing on this because it is actually the head of your analysis. If you don't really know the particular problem you want to solve, you will just be analyzing blindly, and maybe at the end of your analysis you will not even solve that particular problem that the organization hired you for. So when you define your business problem, just know how to clean data with your spreadsheets. Cleaning data is where most of the works are. I always say this: Kaggle data sets are arranged data sets. Real world data sets are messier. So knowing how to clean this data very well and prepare it for analysis, these are the things you need to know how to do with your spreadsheets, and then know how to do the analysis. Okay, just know how to do descriptive analysis, pivot tables, lookups, that is H lookup, V lookup, and Odogu of it all, S lookup. Know how to visualize your analysis. With Excel also, or even Google Sheet, your spreadsheet is enough to do this. And this is all you need as a beginner data analyst. Don't go and bore yourself with SQL, Python, and the rest of it. After Excel, and you feel like, yes, I'm already applying, but I want to actually gain more skills, go for Power BI first. Knowing how to build insightful dashboards will actually give you an edge. I'm not trying to say you will not learn SQL and Python. These things go step by step. You just don't start being a data analyst today and you want to have all the tools. Data analytics actually thrive on work experience. That time you will waste trying to learn SQL and Python, use it and start gathering work experience. That is your job experience. If you learn Excel, start applying internship entry level roles. Just know your spreadsheet very well and then start applying for these roles. When you start applying, you can actually get an entry level job. You can get a job as an intern or whichever one it is. You have started building your job experience as a data analyst already. And I must tell you something, building your job experience as a data analyst is one thing you should not overlook as a beginner. Once you master your spreadsheets, start applying for jobs. Take up roles that require you to use those spreadsheets. Start. These are the experiences that will help you when you finally master SQL and Python. You can start applying for higher roles as the same data analyst. But when you're waiting for you to master all of these roles and you expect that once you come out, people will give you jobs that are supposed to give senior data analyst or someone in their mid-level just because you know how to use SQL and Python, it is not true. These people still want your job experience to be able to fit into those kind of roles that you expect. So instead of you wasting time learning these tools, start applying for jobs. Then along the line, start learning these tools by the side. It will help you on the long run. But as a beginner, focus on knowing your spreadsheets and how to define your business problem. You are good to go. Then once you get this job, learn other skills, level up. But as a beginner, don't do the same mistake that I did. I learned all these tools and then I went to the job market. All the time I'll be like, I know how to use SQL, I know how to use Python. But I was missing the whole point that these things go line in line. You need to start as an intern, or you can start as an entry level. You then slowly start growing, start growing, start growing. So if you expect that because you can use SQL and Python, that you can land those big jobs, it doesn't work that way. When I say big jobs, I mean small tasking roles as a data analyst. Let's take, for example, in the financial industry. Nobody is going to take financial data and give to an entry level person, expecting you to use Python or give you access like that to their database. You now start querying it and start doing these things. It is not like that. These people want entry level people to do some entry level roles, those other arranging data, cleaning data, preparing it for analysis, and they want their senior data analysts to handle the big task, especially in the financial industry. Know that it does not apply to other industries. I'm talking about the industry that I'm experienced in and I know how they handle their data. So if you're a beginner, do not waste your time trying to learn all the skills at once. Learn your spreadsheet, that is Excel. It is very, very powerful. People think that Excel is the least skill that a data analyst needs. It is not true. It should be your go-to tool that you know how to use very well. Then start learning others gradually, but just go out there and start applying and start gathering your job experience. See you on the next one. Bye bye.